We are live.
And we are VWP coming to you every week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I was trying to do a rhyme there and it just did not work. As always, I'm Mox with my co host Ambrose Alley.
Hello, nurse.
Cute, cute, and Mr. Metal Matt.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to VWP. And I gotta say, it's
Sweet
pretty good
God.
to be here. It is pretty good to be here. It's very good to be here. I mean,
God damn.
no, hold on. I'm thinking something. I'm thinking of some trying to get my bearings here. I mean, I know that my intro is kind of dying here. It's kind of dying here. I mean, you know why it's easy to find a cemetery? Because it's in the dead center of town.
I'm already
Son of
there.
a bitch. And they can find AA at Lady Rashana on Twitter. They can find Rice at PWFan01 on Twitter. Matt, they don't want to find you. You can find me at Fireman6809 on Twitter. And good night, lady. Good night, nurse. Like that was a quick. As always, I can't even really call them dipshit because two dipshits out dipshitted each other the last couple of days. And dear friend Adam Rice,
Hi.
are you? I wish I was.
I can't legally answer that question.
No, you can. It's legal in Ohio.
Only for medical users, and I don't have a card, and they haven't rolled it out yet. No.
Uh,
Totally
you
good.
youngsters don't know how to make your fake IDs, your fake medical cards. Come on.
Oh,
AA
please.
and
Like,
I were doing that back in the 70s.
because you're old. Well, not Allie, just you. You're old as shit.
Fuck off. So, how was everybody's day?
It was alright.
I can't believe Matt actually got 2 days off in a row.
Well, I go back to work tomorrow. Thank God.
Yeah, but did you work yesterday before the pod? You just got off.
No, I was off yesterday as well,
Okay, that's the 2 days in a row, asshole.
but I do work the rest of the week, which is good.
Nice. That fat paycheck so you can spend it right where you work.
I
That just
mean,
shows how dedicated he
when
is.
work has $10 statues on sale, you gotta take advantage.
Yeah, and I'm not close enough to a GameStop because I do want some of those myself. Because aren't they usually like 40, $50, something like that?
Yeah, usually, but
Yeah.
the clearance statues are on sale this week and this week only. So come on down and get some.
This is not the price is right, sir. Hey, how was your
Prince
day?
Moxley Lopez, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Settle down.
Hey, how was your day?
My day's going okay. I found the trike I'm going to get.
Nice. Describe. Do describe.
Okay, it's a 2013.
Okay.
It's Midnight Pearl and Silver Pearl,
Sweet.
and it's got everything on it that I want.
Does it come with the bells and whistles and stuff?
Yeah, it comes with some bells and whistles.
What brand?
It's a Harley.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Harley
Nice.
Quinn.
Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Again, at Lady Rashana at Vermin 6809 at PW
Shit.
Oh, very nice. Have you test rode it or anything?
No, it was just traded. It was just turned in the first of the week, so it hasn't even been on the floor yet. They're going over
Ah,
service.
very nice.
So I'm gonna go down tomorrow and put a deposit on it to hold it until it's ready.
Sweet.
So essentially, you're pre-ordering the motorcycle. Is that right?
Oh God. Oh God. Please. Please.
Kinda.
Make it stop.
Does it come with any DLC? I'm sorry.
Oh my God. No. Don't encourage him. Don't encourage him.
Oh,
Um. ooh,
If you pre-order this motorcycle, you get a free Undertaker mini doll.
oh. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
and you get a premium Limp Bizkit CD.
Sir, there's no such thing.
Exactly.
All yours for the taking. No purchase necessary. It's our way of saying thank you.
Oh, you guys. Um. Rice, you said something you wanted to start the podcast off about, and now my mind's so. Yeah.
Um, just wanted to wrap up in a pretty little bow, stomping grounds, our discussion from last night. Two quick things. First off, the reported attendance. There's disagreeing reports out there regarding the crowd size at the Tacoma Dome. But one of the initial reports is that there was less than 6,000 paid attendants at the pay-per-view. I've heard some noise at the local sports authority say no, that's wrong. There was more. But in any case, when I hear that a pay per view, no matter the pay per view, is drawing less, way less than half of any given building, that's a problem.
Well, I mean,
Well,
if they had if they had the paper seats in the crowd, would you call it a pay-per-view?
dear
Mute
God.
yourself. Mute yourself.
You're on
Let it be.
a self a self timeout for 10 minutes. But there's still questions of why the Tacoma Dome exists to begin with, which I get it. I tried explaining it to a couple of people, the SeaTac area, but it's a 23,000 seat arena.
Yep.
So there's that. It's not like they came to my little podunk town that seats maybe 4,000 and sold out half of that. Like that's
Now,
I did it again. The Tokyo Dome. I'm just gonna keep doing it. The Tokyo Dome. The Tacoma Dome can easily fit in a wrestling configuration 23,000 people.
yeah. It
Are you bringing up the Meltzer stuff?
roundabout, yes.
A
That
great album and great song by the prog band, yes.
That wasn't 10 minutes, sir. That was not even close to 10 minutes.
But it was funny.
Gotta give it that.
yeah, that Meltzer reported there was somewhere like between 4 and 4,500 paid attendance. I've seen that number go up to 5. I've seen Wikipedia list the attendance is around 6,000. I know the local sports authority is saying no, they actually drew more like 15,000.
Yeah, and if you watch the pay-per-view, and let's just be real, if you watched it, Okay, for one, WWE not always, and especially back in the day, like the Attitude Era, there would be a certain hard camera and everything right there. Um, but but then everybody take, that's hard camera side. It's always covered. No, it wasn't, and no, it's not. But then you get they blocked off half the arena. No, they didn't. No, just I mean, my eyes. I only have one. I'm blind in my right eye, but my eye can see. They did not block off half the arena.
This is what happens when you try to put Stomping Grounds was kind of put together on short notice.
And
And
you put it in a stadium way too big for the pay per view.
I I don't know why they went to Tacoma. That's not. I'm not trying to knock Tacoma or the SeaTac area, but if you're going to run a show in that area, run it in Seattle.
What it, not Key Arena, what,
Safeco Field.
sir, the, damn it, I'm not even going to make that joke. I'm not even going to. Seattle used to have a bigger dome. Um, which it led to some, and I'll just be honest, I'll be very blunt about this. I hate the fucking attendance talk. Like I absolutely loathe it with a passion. Um, okay, even say some reports of um, you can move wherever like let's get everybody in a group. Like you can move seats. Oh, you paid $18 for this seat. You can get a better seat. Come to the hard camera side. That kind of like any television production does that. But then you get into Meltzer saying, they only sold 4,000. Bullshit. I I can count with my one little eye. I spy with my eye. There was more than 4,000 people there.
It,
And the 2-for-1 deal was never confirmed. And I even went on Ticketmaster and WWE before the show to just like I was going to buy tickets. There was nothing mentioned about you can get 2-for-1 tickets and yada yada yada. The crowd, it was obviously wasn't a sellout. It was full enough that it wasn't like an empty arena match. And leave it at that. Like there was a lot of people there. How they got there, go ahead.
I'm interested to see if there ever is a real number that gets thrown out there. Um, but again, they booked the building they had no business booking.
Yeah,
Um, Even if they did get 15,000 people in there, that's still barely over half filled.
right. But because, and like you say, that's based on the building they booked.
Right.
Well, it's like they always say. Sometimes you just gotta look at the arena half full. Sometimes.
Oh, God.
Like a normal arena, holds 10, 12, 15,000.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, Tacoma decided to make this dome. Like shit, help me out here, San Antonio.
The Alamo Dome?
Alamo Dome. They, for whatever reason, Tacoma decided to be the northwest part of that, which the Alamo Dome is much larger, 50,000. But hey, let's do and I've seen reports of why they did it. But it's 15,000 minus 23,000 is 8,000 for you people that graduated from Ohio State.
Eat me.
So yeah, you have 8,000 empty seats. The problem, like we've both said, and I think we can all agree on, you don't book that pay per view in that big of a venue.
Yep.
If it would have been in a normal basketball arena or a small, it wouldn't have been, and it wasn't obvious on watching. Like it wasn't obvious at all. They even cut the hard camera a little bit, to the hard camera side, and there were people there. Not Kevin Dunn and people like there were people fans.
Yeah.
This sorry.
It's fine. But to
And
wrap up,
can I make one more
yeah.
for somebody that hates talking about it so much? I'll kind of the motherfuckers that are AEW would sell it out. AEW would do this. AEW would fuck off. Like fuck right off.
Gotta walk before you can run. They're talking too much shit. There's no there for a 20,000 seat building. You have to run a major pay per view. You can't be running a C-level pay per view on short notice, hoping to fill
Yeah,
Makes sense.
it.
yeah. That's just that was a logistical foul up on their part.
Mm-hmm. And hell, if you were going to run that show, you should have found a way to make. If you knew, depending on when you knew you had the building locked up, you should have found a way to make the Daniel Bryan match the main event.
Because surely they knew Daniel was going to get that reaction. I don't think they knew it was going to be quite that reaction. Like
Yeah,
that
but
was absurdly. It's Canada that everybody says bizarre world. That
mhm.
was definitely this match. Well, we talked about it last. We are assholes. We are assholes. Drive a
they
Prius. Like they fed into it, which worked.
they they should have gone into it promoting Daniel Bryan as being in the main event. Maybe you give some extra fans out there to see Daniel in the main event, but again, they put themselves into that corner, and so this is the result you live with. Um, um,
And then I will quit with this. When it comes to a wrestling promotion, any wrestling promotion, WWE, AEW, MLW, Rocky Mountain Pro, everything we cover, the bottom line, did you make a profit?
mm-hmm.
Or did they lose money by going to the Tokyo Dome? Yeah, I did that on purpose. That's all that matters. Did you make money? It's not all that matters, but when it comes to, am I making sense? Like, did they come out of that show in the black, or did they come out of that show in the red?
So they're with the Wolfpack.
Motherfucking Matt has corrupted us all.
Yeah. So to wrap up stomping around, what is I can't speak. Your guys' letter grade for stomping ground, Mark.
Oh, why don't we start with Matt? I'm sure he's got a
Matt,
pun waiting.
Matt, what's your letter grade
Uh,
for stomping
Probably a C minus, maybe a D.
Oh, I'm not gonna make
That
that pun.
god awful main event really brought it down. The destruction of Becky's character brought it down.
Oh my god.
She's not destroyed. Settle down. Take a hit. Uh, I'm going to give it. I was going to give it about a C plus. I think that was a real. That was heading towards being a B pay per view, but that bit at the end with Lacey and all that, I think did hurt it.
Oh,
But I
absolutely.
but coming into Stomping Grounds, I was expecting more like a D out of it, and to get a
Everybody
C
wants
plus.
everybody wants the D. I get it. I get it.
Settle down.
And if you do want the D and you want to make sure that
But
God damn it.
you get it,
No.
go to
No.
BlueChew.com.
No.
it's we're gonna get a cease and desist letter.
We are.
Um,
It's inevitable. We're getting one. Well, considering everybody went into like, oh, this is gonna be an F show, or I'm skipping this. I was besides the booking matches of Becky and Lacey opening the show and the main event, which also included Becky. Just saying. Um, Everything in between, like this was a solid wrestling show.
yeah.
I would give it a B minus.
Yeah, I was heading towards the B minus D plus route. It just I settled on C plus because I couldn't give it a B for that final bit there.
Yeah,
But it, it was a solid show, and I'm not gonna hate on it being a solid show. Um,
that 400 people watched apparently,
apparently,
but I'm everything again e- except for the bookend matches, the curtain jerker match and the main event. Everything else in between, like those were very solid wrestling matches.
hmm can't ask for more than that.
Isn't that why we watch? Is for the good
Uh-huh.
wrestling matches? Okay, so
Okay, so real quick, now that we're out of stomping ground,
we
um,
always know when somebody starts a sentence with real quick, it's going to be an hour long conversation.
that's how
That's just
we
it.
work. Uh, we sometimes we wish things wouldn't go to shit between our shows, but lately that just can't happen apparently. So, with that said, today it was announced that Evolve's 10th anniversary show would be streamed on the WWE network. Normally, we'd call that a good, cool thing, a good thing. Uh, but then it was brought to everyone's attention that Evolve's 10th anniversary show is being run on the same day as AEW's Fight for the Fallen uh, card.
And here we go again.
And here we go again. Now,
Here it goes, here it goes, here it goes again. Now here it goes again.
uh,
Sir, that's still not 10 minutes.
we keep resetting the timer, right? Uh, now, for those of you who are going, well, what's the big deal? Well, people believe that this has been done so Vince can screw with the Fight for the Fallen show. Never mind it being that this is a 10th anniversary show, so the, they had to. Evolve isn't setting their dates based on what they're being told. Evolve is its own separate company. And also, AEW Executive Vice President uh, Kenny Omega felt the need
Oh
to go
God.
to Twitter and complain, saying that if you're going to take blood money, that's one thing, but if you're going to run a counter programming for a show that's supposed to be for the victims of gun violence, I don't. He was trying to use the fact that Fight for the Fallen, the charity show, as a way to guilt people into not watching, which is what he was doing.
Yeah.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, the gate from Fight for the Fallen is going to the victims of gun violence. The show in the United States is being streamed for free on Bleacher Report Live. The international fans are going to have to pay something, but that money isn't going to charity. The only money going to charity here is the live attendance of the Fight for the Fallen show. So it's Kimmy is arguing in bad faith again.
Again.
You said you guys didn't want a war. Then you actively provoke the WWE. And then you don't like it when they semi-respond, or it's not even them, it's them with a partnering promotion, giving them
That
a bigger audience they've ever
that
had.
that Evolve show was already in place, by the way.
When did the Evolve settle on that date? Do you know?
Not off the top of my head, but it didn't just come out today like that. Evolve card was already, not the card, but the event was already set, so that was taking place. Off the top of my head, I can't remember um, when the when it was announced of Evolve doing it pre WWE getting into it.
I have no idea when that date was given. Um, so I can't speak to when that date was settled on. But they probably had that date booked before the WWE came to them and say, hey, we're going to put this on the network.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I know for a fact that the Evolve date was already there before WWE said, "Hey, we work with you," and brought in um, was bigger guns, hired guns, whatever. The Evolve show was already happening at the same time of the All Elite show. That was already established.
Dog sounds excited for the show. Um,
It just seems, and I'll say it. I'll do BDE. I'll throw it out there. It's coming across the last few weeks that AEW are the more petty ones.
it feels like to an extent that they're getting pushed around. But you wanted this.
They can talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk.
Oh Lord. Okay, you got through 6 minutes, so you're back in the penalty box for another 10.
For about 8 seconds.
Sir, we're not riding bulls.
I'm just one urban cowboy here. Just looking for roads in all the wrong places.
Okay.
But E3, won't you stand by me? Won't you stand by
I, I'm pretty sure we've already put A to sleep. A, are you with us?
Like,
Nope. That's record time of putting A to sleep.
uh-huh. It,
And I hear the snoring.
go ahead and send her the text.
Yeah.
It just reeks of bad faith arguments and those kind of things. But oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
she's out.
Yeah, she's
It, but this is what happens. Um,
I heard her phone go
when
off.
No, it was the computer.
Oh.
uh,
How do you have my text going to your computer?
I don't know.
You savvy? Look at you pretending like you're not tech savvy. You have my text messages going to your computer. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. She's a Harley driving girl. She don't. I have no idea where I was
stop it.
going with
You
that.
had nowhere to go with that, and you still walk down the road. No, that's the latest controversy going on, and we should be celebrating the fact that Valve's going to be on their biggest platform ever for their 10th anniversary show. But instead, we have to talk about how AEW and Kenny Omega are pissed off that they have competition on the same night. Competition that doesn't affect their charity cause.
Yeah, like that's.
It's disingenuous is the word we're looking for.
Very much so.
Disingenuous. But I'm sorry. That's about par for the course for those guys. I'm sorry. Um, by the way, Kenny, stop trying to act like you don't know about Jason and his.
Oh, that I was gonna leave that topic alone.
Stop acting like you don't know. Okay, we don't have to broach it, but the people who know, and that's it.
I got his first excuse, and I even did the old capital letter, lowercase letter. Oh, I didn't know. This time you did, dumbass, because you got shit for it last time. So you know, you damn well know this time. So what? Ah,
So, um,
ask AA something.
Miss
Get AA.
Allie, Miss Allie, um, did you attend the recent Rocky Mountain Pro?
Yes, I did. I
Tell
went
us
last
about
Thursday.
your experience.
Well, they introduced Corey Lyon, and it was his first match. And boy, is he good. He is good. I got a new favorite there, along with Curtis Cole and Matt Yaden. Now it's Corey Lyon.
I'm gonna say if you have a new favorite, I'm gonna have to DM Curtis Cole and let him know.
You slide in the old DMs, Monts?
I live in the DMs because
know.
I would fuck my feed. Like I only I stay in the DMs.
But it was a good show, both Ignition and Charged. Enjoyed myself immensely.
And what do they have coming up next?
Let's see. Tomorrow night is Supercharged. Then Friday they'll be at the Rack House, which is a brewery pub slash. That's a brewery pub in Denver. Wednesday they'll be at Romero's in Lafayette, and then their big yearly show, Milestone. This year makes it 9 years, so Milestone 9. It's going to be held in downtown Denver at the Summit.
Nice.
And the guests, they're going to have Al Snow as a guest. They're going to have Marty the Moth. And they have a new head coach at Mercury Pro
Yeah,
Wrestling Academy.
yeah. I was going to ask, who is the new head coach?
Too Cold Scorpion.
Scorpio.
He's too
Too cold.
cold.
What was that, Box?
I was just doing his thing.
Too cold. Scorpio. Flash Funk. However you know.
That's a big gift for them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've been watching Too Cold.
Oh,
Like now, just
Flash, you are so funky.
your 10 minutes were not weren't up.
Flash. Uh-huh.
I've seen Too Cold like in WWE live shows. I've seen Too Cold or Flash Funk and Independent. He's one of those that gets it, and you could see the writing on the wall, or the writing on the wall of like how do I put this? Where he can be a trainer, he can be a coach. Like he gets it that much. Like he can help other upcoming younger talent, and that's a big get for Rocky Mountain Pro to have Two Gold Scorpio showing up.
Yep, he's going to be the head coach.
And for those who are wondering, why is Too Cold Scorpio working with this promotion out in Colorado? Too Cold Scorpio is actually from Denver.
Yeah,
So that's the connection.
John Denver.
Stop it.
that John Denver is full of shit, man.
Uh, so congratulations to him. I think that's absolutely a major addition to the Rocky Mountain Pro to staff and coaching team out there. So good for him, and it should only speak to improve the training being done out there at the academy and all those things.
You know, Mercury Matt Yaden is doing things right when he has people coming in, whether it's in uh, one off or a couple of creative reasonings or training reasonings. When you get, and I know his name will bring up some hatred, and so be it. When you get like your Vince Russo's, when you get your Al Snows, Matt Yaden is doing something in Colorado.
He's
And
putting his heart
apparently,
and soul into it.
and he's doing it well, and he's attracting other people. Like, hey, you're running a good program here. Whether or not it's full time or whatever, um, people want to be a part of it in some capacity. They want to.
I want to be part of it.
Well, you kind of are.
Yeah, I'm just a spokesperson for them.
Yeah, I mean, and when you get somebody like Al Snow, it's going to ensure
Oh
that the
God.
Rocky
Oh
Mountain Pro
God.
Wrestlers are going to do it the way he wants it to be done.
Is that a tough enough reference for that?
What'd you say, Adam?
Is that a tough enough reference?
I can't hear you.
Was that a tough enough reference?
Yes.
Yes.
God, I just don't know what to do. So congratulations to Coach Scorpio, and of course Rocky Mountain Pro doing great things out there in Colorado. So if you're in the area, please go see them. It's great local wrestling, being done right, and
Hey, they have TV deals and UK deals, and
You can watch
search.
them on Fight. You can watch them on Twitch.
they are distributed. So yeah, please watch, and if you are in the area, please go see it.
And
Um,
some of the best, if you have Twitter, and I'm just gonna say, if you have Twitter and you just search Rocky Mountain Pro, a lot of their performers, wrestlers, sounded like Vince there for a second. Um,
The talent.
However, performance and talent and things of that nature.
and not only will they follow you back, but they will be like they'll interact with you, and you don't see that like every day of.
they're doing everything right. Social media, training, their production, um, their talent. It's all top notch for a indie promotion. It's more than you could ever ask for, honestly, in some cases. So, like I said, please give them a watch. Allie is our intrepid, our RMP reporter. So, if you hear a familiar voice, if you're in the arena and you're nearby, it's probably Allie. So go poke her with a stick or something.
Yeah, it's probably me
Um,
screaming at the top of my lungs.
Sure, a VWP hat on and a black. Used to be Curtis Cole, but now we don't know since she might have a new favorite.
I've been wearing my Tag Dudes t-shirts,
Okay, but
which is
she
Murphy, Matt Gaten, and Curtis Cole.
she's always the right corner, hard camera, front row. You can find her.
Can't miss me.
Metal
It was
Man.
easier when you still had your Seth blind streak. It was a lot easier to pick you out in the crowd, but I still know you well enough to like. There's I almost used your shoot name. There's my AA. There's my AA. You can't miss her.
Oh, and Milestone is going to have this nice mixed tag team match between Al Snow and Head taking on Kip Rascal and Butterscotch.
That
I think Head should go over.
that just makes me smile. Not what Rice said, but what just the match.
And Chongo Bronson be facing Marty the Moth for the Twitch Championship.
But Chango don't wrestle.
Chongo does wrestle. Nerd.
I love you so much. I love you so much. I knew if I could count on anybody for that reply, it'd be you.
I've been hanging around Chongo too much. Um, Let's see. Atiba. He'll be taking on Anaya for the Rocky Mountain Pro Championship.
Anaya is my favorite.
Marlon is going to be taking on Corrente for the Charge Championship. There's going to be a dog collar match between the Lockett's champion, Simone Lockhart, taking on Abaddon. And I don't know who's going to be taking on the tag dudes.
Dudes.
Yeah.
That's what they're called?
Yeah, because they're part of the most funnest tag team on the planet, the tag dudes.
With all that being sorry, something just I'm curious, like, are the LCG like done? Because I know,
You mean the Left Coast Gorillas?
yeah,
Well, Hoodie's taking some time off.
Hoodie took time off and moved to Kansas,
Yeah,
but I want Anaya and Hoodie back, like so desperately.
I'm sure Hoodie will show up sometime and we'll get Left Coast Gorillas. And if my cat Britt's not careful, she's going to roll off the bed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make the joke of it wouldn't be the first time that you did.
Yeah, this would be the cat though, not me. I
I
learned my
don't,
lesson.
I don't know how many times I've been on the phone with you, like, oh, I just fell on the floor.
Just fell out of bed.
And it's not funny because you did actually hurt yourself.
But I survived it. I tough.
That's tough.
I'm as tough as a wet noodle.
What?
I'm as tough as a wet noodle.
All right.
Oh, and if you ever have trouble with your wet noodle, you can always.
Oh, you sweet God. Let's move on.
Metal Man. Man, I'm coming to you. Have you been up to
Do
date
you
on
have to?
MLW,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I did. I watched it a couple of days ago.
Matt's like our Papa Roach. He's our last resort.
Oh, that's so wrong.
I said out of love, just because he keeps kicking Morse's ass in Twitch. Either that or he claims when Morse is winning. I lost internet, sorry.
Uh-huh.
Now, I was actually beating Morris, actually, but
Go ahead and give us the rundown from the latest MLW, Matt.
well, the match there was supposed to be a match between Teddy Hart and Richard Dick Holiday, but it ended up not happening because the Dynasty jumped Teddy Hart, left him laying.
Wait a minute. So he is Dick? Dick Holiday? That sounds like a cruise or something AA and Wing might appreciate.
I think we should invite Wing on the show.
Right meow?
I think so.
Is he awake and sober?
I don't know.
You can only get one of those. And so, do you want him to be awake or do you want him to be sober?
Yes.
That's what I thought. But please continue.
So the first match was, I can't remember one guy's name, but the other guy, I want to say his name was Jordan Oliver, I think. Can't remember. All I remember is that he looks like a really bad backyard wrestler / Nails cosplayer.
Well,
And
you can't
it
win
was
them
not a
all.
good match. It was not a good match. But the main event. The main event was actually really good. It was really fun. Low-key, well, before that, Low-key squashed someone with his narcissist elbow move. Then the main event came with Contra versus the Von Erichs and Filthy Tom Lawler. Really good match, really fun brawl. Von Erichs were pretty good. Not like the greatest in the ring, but they did pretty well for what they needed to do. I could definitely see them being a fixture, being one of the premier tag teams in the MLW. But it was a fun match. The Von Erichs and Tom Lawler won, which I'll be honest, I don't think was the right decision because as far as I know, I think this is Contra's first real match as a trio, and because of that, I don't think that they should have lost. But it was still a really good match, really fun way to end the MLW for this week. God.
Is Shivani back, or will that be later on?
Not yet. Still Cornette at the moment.
Well, the reason why I think they had the faces go over here is that Contra's been running roughshod over on MLW for the last few months, and they've gotten Contra over, so they beat everyone with the stick. We get it. So now you can have the baby faces get some heat back by beating them in this setting. I wouldn't do it often, but Contra's already got the point across. But I, always look forward to seeing more from MLW and where they're taking this, because I believe their next big show is the Dallas show, correct? Metal.
I don't know if it's going to be in Dallas per se. It might be, but I'm not 100% sure.
It's in Dallas.
The next one is going to be King of the Coliseum or something like that. The main in July, and the main event will be Tom Howard for the MLW Championship against Jacob Fatu.
That's in Dallas. I'm gonna have to mute again real quick, but that show's gonna be in Dallas.
Okay.
I don't know if that particular show that he's referring to, but there's gonna be an MLW show. The New Japan show is July 6th. There's a meet and greet for New Japan Stars the 5th, which is a Friday, and I think MLW is running a show the 5th that night.
Dad, can we play some Smash Brothers from that?
I think.
We'll be here when you get back, Box. Go ahead and mute. So, while Mox is away, I want to go ahead
It might will play.
Exactly. I want to get
It's going to be in Chicago. Kings of Coliseum will be in Chicago.
Kings of the Coliseum's in Chicago. It's the next show that's in Dallas. That's right. They're doing the summer show in Dallas. I know that much. But it's King of the Coliseum.
Never Say Never, which is on July 25th, so a couple weeks after Kings of Coliseum. That's going to be in Queens, New York. And then War Chamber will be in North Richland Hills, Texas.
Yeah, so that's the Dallas show.
September.
North Richland Hills is basically Dallas.
Yep.
So for Kings of the Coliseum, here are all the matches that will be taking place. In the main event, we got Filthy Tom Lawler going up against Jacob Fatu for the World Heavyweight Championship. Then in tag team action, we're going to have Lost Parks versus Dr. Wagner Jr. and Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. Then in the ladder match for the World Tag Team titles, we have the Hart Foundation going up against the Dynasty. Then for the openweight title, it will be Alex Hammerstone versus Davey Boy Smith Jr. And then in an unsanctioned match, we will have the Von Erichs going up against Contra.
You have to do 70s announcer voice, don't you? Like there's no in between.
He was doing
You
NWA
can see
stuff.
all this and more in Sekiro Stadium in Chicago, Illinois. It will be on July 6th. Be there or be square.
That's the July. I just brought up that date. July
Yeah,
6th
but that's
is the New Japan show.
right. But that's also, I think July 6th is the Kings at the Coliseum show in Chicago.
Yes.
So they're
Doesn't
running.
matter. Chicago, Dallas, they're the same thing. Fun fact: Dallas. I know Chicago is known as the Windy City. Dallas is windier than Chicago, so you can fuck right off, you Illinois bastards. Seriously.
Settle down there, Mox. We don't need to get all heated over the wind.
Speaking of wind, what a whiff on. I can't do that to Matt. I cannot do that to Matt. I give him shit, but I can't just be mean.
So, before we get to
what's all this bullshit about before? It is 11 o'clock your time. Like roll.
well, this is in
Row
conjunction with
your boat gently down the stream. Merrily. Life is but a stream. And you can stream WWE at WWEnetwork.com or through the app on Roku or other devices. Sorry.
You done?
At least I didn't get a 10-minute timeout.
Rolling. Keep them
Oh,
done.
son of a bitch.
Rod. Sorry.
Okay, now this is going to get awkward since Matt, Rice, and AA are all on 10-minute timeouts. So I guess I'll just talk to myself for a little bit.
Not happening.
I talk to myself all the time, sir. It can happen.
Yeah, but that's because I won't say that.
You fucking you paperweight motherfucker.
Yeah. It's in conjunction with WWE television. So from there, we're going to actually get into Raw and SmackDown.
But is it a conjunction junction?
Conjunction junction. What's your function?
I'm too young to know that, but I do.
Sir, you are getting closer to 30, so just start admitting it.
I know. Last week, there was a news story that came out that the WWE is looking at no longer.
Me?
No, God, no. Looking at no longer having wrestling during the commercial breaks.
They kind of already didn't. Like, it was rest holds and, like, outside the ring shit.
Yeah, it's not like anything major would happen. Sometimes it would, which would piss people off, but they always tried to kind of keep things slow during a commercial break. They timed their matches that way. However, an edict is coming down from Vince.
Slow and steady wins the race, sir.
Yes, I know.
I'll just spit beer everywhere, you son of a bitch. You've just opened this damn thing. It's half gone.
Oh, you poor thing. It's come down from Vince that he doesn't want there to be wrestling during the commercial breaks, because the word is because since real sports don't go during commercial breaks, the WWE shouldn't either.
Which, for one, is bullshit because we've come back from NFL games and there'd be like the ball's already hiked and they're mid play, like, so that's a little misnomer.
They try not to. For the most part, 99.8% of the time, you see everything the second they come back from the commercial break.
For the most part, yes.
So this has led to them trying to figure out ways to structure their shows to cut down on this. It's why I believe we've seen an uptick in 2 out of 3 falls matches.
It's definitely a shot at AEW. It's definitely.
Well, yeah, it's a bit of a shot at AEW because they're saying they want to be sports like. This is also probably coming down from Fox because they want to integrate WWE seamlessly into their sports block.
My sarcasm,
Which
your head are nowhere close to each other.
I mean, I don't get why they're trying to do that. The reason I watch wrestling is because it's not like other sports.
And I know plenty of people who said they wish wrestling was more sports like. So you are trying to serve two masters. I don't know if it's possible. They have also said that WWE might be experimenting with old European style wrestling rules.
Now that to me that's more interesting than the we're not going to wrestle during commercial. Um, when I read that again, as Adam, he didn't even allude to, just flat out called me an old motherfucker. Like
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have to reiterate it, asshole.
Older than me.
Well, who isn't? Well, Matt's not, but
Yeah.
that to me was more intriguing than what the initial of we're not going to do. But how does that work? Of we're not going to do. Does that work as a sense of we're not going to take? Which I'm all for. Quit taking commercial breaks during matches. Like if that's what they mean, I'm here for it.
I think so. Because a friend of mine,
You don't have any friends.
shut up,
Quit pretending.
And
says the
my
person,
friend Paul Orndorff said the best. I got a good dinner, good show, good payday, good limousine ride on the way to the show, and a $35 plaque I left in the hotel room. It's just
all you said was friend, and this is what
not
happened.
Hall of Fame, for Christ's sake.
Have we? I guess we're anything you say. Matt's gonna cut a promo like that's just,
Yeah.
and he will never learn his 10-minute timeout. 10 minutes is 10 minutes, fool.
It, what
Is that? Go ahead. Sorry.
I have a Twitter. It's more or less of a friend. It's a Twitter friend I know, not related to our wrestling group of people we know. Who went to the Raw Go Home, I believe, or the week before in California, the televised show.
California
Instead,
doesn't count as a state, sir.
tell that to Wing. Um,
I do every day.
and he was in the building, and he said, during, I think it was the Cesaro. I think it was during the Cesaro, Braun Strowman, whole thing, Bobby Lashley thing.
You
He
just
said
wanted to
that
say the word pole.
settle down. Um, he said that when that went to commercial, they just stopped. They didn't do as told. They just stopped, and it threw him off.
And that's why for many, many years, many of people have said live shows are better than TV tapings
Mm-hmm.
because you have that nonsense when you don't get that in a live show. A live show, you get the match and there's no TV timeout. That's why, and I still stick with that. Live shows are so much better than TV
They are.
tapings.
They are. I've seen the
I mean,
Riot live. It was great.
Yeah, we know. You mention it
I
every
mean,
other week.
I have an idea. I have an idea. Can they just not do commercials during matches anymore?
Yeah,
I
that's what
think that's
I
what
said
they're
earlier.
trying to do. I think that's what they're trying to do. That's why they're doing 2 out of 3 falls matches. It's why they're debating going down this European rules route. And for the uninitiated,
You know, let's call them that.
Yeah, I mean,
for the
I
unwashed,
hate that they're doing 2 out of 3 falls matches on, like SmackDown. Like, I hate that because 2 out of 3 falls, man, 2 out of 3 falls, they're like the Cleveland Browns. They used to mean something. Now they're just a shadow of their former self.
wow. Oh, that was actually good. I fucking hate you. The Mox, do you have a better handle on what the European rules than I do, or do I need to look this up?
Yeah, give me a second.
I will look it up. Allie, are you still with us? Allie. Allie is no longer with us.
Yes, I am.
What's the answer? Oh, goodness.
Just playing with the kitten.
Kitty.
You've got to be kidding me.
No.
Show me your pussy, show it to me.
Sir! Sir!
What's new, pussycat?
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
I was just talking about the kitty cat.
Uh-huh.
Dum dum dum. Dum dum
Da-
dum.
Dum, dum.
da- Sorry, we're actually just trying to get our
Bearings.
sure.
Steel ball bearings?
Uh-huh.
Man, I just don't know if I can bear it anymore.
What about the bare necessities? Like, can you deal with that?
It's
I
just
mean, now we definitely got to invite Angel on here.
simple bare necessities. Forget all your worries and your strife.
Well,
Now
we'll
back
delay
to
doing
the
some time to
swingers.
look at
Oh,
that.
the jungle VIP.
No, we don't have to do that.
The perfect opportunity of switching VIP to VWP was right there, sir.
Oh, ooby doo. I want to be like you. Ooh, ooh.
So you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
can hear
My I'm not going to say that live on air because they listen the day after. Um, wife actually got me over the air headset that works with a microphone. So kudos to her because I'm tired of
sweet of her.
sticking shit in my ear. Nice. I don't know how. I literally just opened it and I'm in the dark. Literally, of I just opened it, plugged it in, put the headset on. Oh my god, this is. I don't have to have earbuds like sticking in my ear. I can't stand that shit. But cool. If you guys can
So,
hear me, I can hear you.
So,
So let's.
so the earbuds aren't your buddies.
No, sir, they're not.
so what we were trying to explain is that WWE is looking at their European rounds. And for those of you who don't know what the hell that is, if you watch TNA when it was running its gut set competition,
Are
that
you
was
trying to mansplain shit?
shut up. And yes,
If you can hear me, just
Man,
keep talking.
I
I'm
don't
trying to
know.
figure out how to
I'd
turn
be more
volume
than
up.
happy to have Becky Lynch explain everything to me.
What is that sound?
That was me clicking, trying to figure out how to turn volume.
well, we could actually hear it. Okay. So a
Well,
European round.
when I give the click, I give the click real good, sir.
Shit.
Too sweet.
Oh god.
Wrong
A
click.
European, a
Anyway, go ahead.
European round is a match that consists of 6 rounds, each lasting for 5 minutes until a fall has been decided. The first wrestler to score 2 pins, 2 submissions, or knock out his opponent will be declared the winner. In the event that neither wrestler scores the required 2 falls or the knockout, the match is ruled a draw.
Butterbean return imminent.
Okay. Um, so it's very much a round-based style of match.
They tried this in Impact, like that.
Yeah. Except that Impact added the judge element, which I think hurt it. But that's what they're talking about. So we might be seeing these changes all of a sudden show up on WWE television. We do know, like I said, that they're bringing back the 2 out of 3 falls on a more regular basis. And for those who wonder why that's happening, like I said, it could be because of this. And the 2 out of 3 falls match years ago, many years ago, used to be the only match that was on the card.
That was like your main event, like not just on a random Raw. That was like main events of WrestleMania or like the match to look forward to.
Or
Can somebody other than Rice talk real quick?
Yeah, what you want to know?
Okay. Matt?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can hear us?
Yeah, I for some whatever reason I can hear you guys. I'll have to figure this out. And I know it's not proper that I just switch stuff like in the middle of a podcast, but here we are. I have to. I don't know how to adjust the volume where I can hear you guys better. I didn't know if it was Rice gurgling. So, but I can hear you guys. We're fine. Everything's clear.
So, Max, just before we lead right into Raw, what is your take on these potential changes coming to WWE television?
And that's where I lost them. My take on WWE television.
These potential changes coming to WWE television.
Now I can hear you. Okay. I like the. I don't know how it's gonna work for the live crowd. With the not wrestling during commercial break. Like, how are you gonna do that? Have Dana Brooke cut promos, Lacey Evans. How's that gonna work? Um, uh, are you just going to stop a match during a commercial break, or the best would be like have your match between commercial breaks, or do two out of three falls? Like, here's one fall, commercial break. Here comes the second fall, commercial break.
I think that,
Is that what you were asking?
yeah, is and what is your take on the European rule stuff?
I'm not sure how that's going to translate to the general audience. That now we're 20 plus years watching Raw. I'm not sure how that's going to translate to. I don't want to use the word casuals, but to your um, audience that doesn't know European rules, if that makes sense. I don't know how that's going to translate.
I don't know
And
if they can possibly explain it really.
I'm one of the ones that like I have a lot of friends and not family per se, but like my in-laws that watch. I'm not sure if that would translate to them what they're gonna try to accomplish if they go through with it. I'm not sure. It's a big. Let's be honest. To me, it's a big. Bottom of the ninth, you're down by one run. You have a runner on first and second. Either it's going to work because you get a hit and score a run to at least tie the game, or you're going to strike out and the people that aren't like us that are in forums and Twitter and the is in the know still cool to use?
Yeah.
Okay, because I have 20 people at least that they don't get on the internet. They have no idea what's going on, but they watch Raw. They watch SmackDown. They have the WWE network, but they don't do the reports and the twit. So I'm not sure how that's going to fall within that um, part of the community. Did any of that make sense?
Yep.
Made perfect sense to me.
All right. Matt, did you want to weigh in on this?
No, we have to talk about Raw and SmackDown. No.
We not yet. Matt, do you have any thoughts on these proposed changes to WWE television?
I think those changes sound awful. Just don't have commercial breaks during matches. Simple as that.
Well, that's and I agree with Matt there. Like, just don't. But then, how do you circumcede that with if you have a great match going and it's going to go for 20 or 30 minutes and you're relying on your advertisers? Remember 2 years ago, and they still do it, or they initiated it with the split screen stuff. Is that how they're gonna get by with? We advertised you, but we also showed the wrestling at the same time.
I think if they were going to, the picture-in-picture stuff should be used more frequently if they're going to continue to insist to take breaks during matches. But the way it sounds like is Vince is trying to stamp down on wrestling during commercials. Period.
Yeah, that's where I'm. not confused, but where my question lies is, are we gonna have? And Rice, you use this all the time, and you're never wrong. Vince always wins, always. So they're whatever they're gonna do, I think they're gonna, whether we like it or not, I think they're gonna do it properly for the sponsors, the commercials. I just I'd like it to be done away with, especially with like just what a couple weeks ago we literally, I don't want to say meaningless, but we had a women's match on, what was it, Smackdown, that had 3 commercial breaks for no reason.
Yeah, it was. They don't understand how to pace it, which is weird because they've been doing this for years. They should know how and when to place the commercial. What would help is if they had less talking segments so they could fit more wrestling in, so they could space their stuff better.
And you can always tell when they're about to go to commercial. You can
Yep.
always tell. If there's an
Usually,
outside spot mid
yep.
match, and you'll hear, and Cole will, Alicia Fox hit, this, and it's usually always an outside spot. Now they're both on the floor, and this match continues next on Raw.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's a routine that they've fallen into and they don't know how to come out of it. And now that they're imposing this potential idea, it's going to be a hard reset, kind of. I mean, it's going to not look right for a little while. But
yeah, it's going to take some getting used to.
yes, absolutely. Especially if it's going to be implemented over the course of the next few weeks.
If this is true, and if they follow through with it, and I know I'm at Fireman 6809. Can we give Vince some credit of
Yes, because he's not sitting on his ass and not changing anything. I think he's starting to he might be starting to recognize there is a problem and that things are stale and he needs to fix them. Are these
I know
the fixes? I don't know, but
yeah, that's the question. Are these what fixes?
Hmm?
But then the problem also lies in what happens to during for the live audience. Like, what are they going to see?
yeah, and that's sort of the $64,000 question. What does this do to the live crowd?
Are we just going to see, or are they just going to see like Kevin Owens in one corner and Mustafa Ali in the other for the
3 minutes of a commercial break? I don't know.
and they just sit there like
Is it going to be like
that'd be weird.
a between rounds in boxing? 2 men to their corner, they take a drink of water, they kind of reset themselves, and then they're going to come back into it coming out of commercial. Yeah, that's going to be on.
Yeah, but the boxing thing, like they come back quick.
Yeah,
Boxing, MMA, like they come back real quick between rounds. Just like the football comparison,
yeah,
they come back quick. Every once in a while, you'll miss a little bit of like the first or whatever round of boxing MMA, and every once in a while you'll miss a Tom Brady pass or a run or whatever play. They're every once in a while they're not, they miss when to come back, and literally every once in a while. Um, can WWE do the same of We know if we miss anything, they're gonna do a replay like right after.
Okay, come on, Cass. We're outside.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. But now, yes, Max, we have to talk about Raw.
Okay.
You sound so enthusiastic.
Nope. Just whenever you talk, I get a Tegan Knox avatar blowing a bubblegum bubble, so I'm fine with it.
That's what happens when you enroll in the school of hard knocks.
I'm getting an ulcer.
What'd you say?
Nothing. There's a fun. I just made a snarky little comment.
I didn't hear you.
You gave Adam an ulcer.
Who watched Raw?
I actually just watched it today, actually.
I couldn't. I was in the hospital. I
Yeah,
was.
You know what? You know what? You know what? The best part about Raw, the best part about Raw was an iconic commercial for CarMax. That was the best part about Raw.
Okay, settle down.
And I'll tell you this. I'll tell you three this. You know what happened in that commercial? They got a car with all the iconic features.
All right, I'm done. Allie, did you happen to see any of Raw?
Nope.
I knew better than to ask, but I wanted to be courteous.
Wait, what?
She didn't watch it either.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, AA didn't see it. He asked AA if she watched Raw, and AA said nope. And out of courtesy, Rice wanted to ask.
Okay, could you just like now
I
not
hope
hear
she.
me?
I hope she watched the iconics
Am I gonna have
commercial
to
at least.
fucking narrate or do the narrative? Like,
Yes, you're now doing the VWP audiobook.
oh shit. But
And you
no.
went on about Raw.
So Matt, since you just recently watched it, why don't you take us through the show a bit?
Do I have to?
Yeah.
This is a recurring thing. Like every week, we're like, do we have to talk about Raw? Do we like
Hey,
it's we've all four of us have done it. Do we have to talk about Raw? Do we have to talk about Raw?
Well, the show started with the continued destruction of the Becky Lynch character. As Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch started the show.
Okay.
And Corbin and what's her name? Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans tried to sneak attack them and didn't work. Seth Rollins, like an idiot, just accepts a challenge without knowing the stipulation.
Can we? He didn't know the stipulation going into the pay-per-view because Baron Corbin got to pick his own referee. Can we? If this is okay with you guys, and Matt, I hate to piss you off, but can we focus on, because it's widespread on social media, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Becky Lynch's character is not ruined.
Yet. It's on its way.
If anybody out of this situation's character is losing luster, it's Seth. It's Seth. Seth is Becky's boyfriend. That's it.
It's not what the announcers say. It's not what the headlines on WWE.com say. It's always the other way around.
Well, here's the thing. Like I said last night, it's what they've been telling us and what they're showing us. They can tell us whatever they want, but what I'm seeing is Seth is absolutely the number two in this pair.
Absolutely, he's the shit. I mean, the number two.
Yep. I know what you were going to do. Yeah. Uh,
He,
they also,
he is absolutely. Let's be upfront. At least I will be. Agree or disagree. Like, yeah, this shouldn't be a story. Okay, they're together outside of kayfabe. They have interjected it too much into my liking on my
yeah,
WWE television. I get
yep.
that. But Becky isn't the one coming out of this looking worse than Seth.
She's trying her best, but you can tell that she is not enjoying it at all.
Well,
I
have
don't
you
think
seen his pictures?
I have actually. Don't ask me why, but I have.
Hey, not wrong to be curious. Becky, though, is famously private. There are things she doesn't like to talk about. And
Are we?
according to,
Go ahead. Sorry.
and according to Seth, when this idea was broached by the company, they both said no. They said absolutely not. But then what we're seeing is what Becky and Seth were comfortable with us there. So,
What changed is the fans, and I'm just going to be honest, because the pictures and oh, they're together having coffee and they're together having tea and they're together having lunch, and so it had to be acknowledged. I don't appreciate how WWE has acknowledged it and made
yeah,
it storyline like that. And they're trying to. I don't agree with this sentiment completely, but making Miss Elizabeth Randy Savage 2.0.
they're not because the thing with Liz and Savage, people I think tend to forget, who as big and as epic as their pairing was on screen, that started out as Randy being presented as a manipulative jackass and Liz in a very subservient position. This is two equals. They have never shown Becky to be less than Seth. And if anything, they're showing Seth to be less than Becky.
Absolutely.
So
Seth is the subservient in this relationship. Becky
that's
is
why,
literally the man in this relationship.
yep, it's funny because it's true. But
I think they do come across as equals, kind of, but they don't really have any chemistry. They come across more like brother and sister than they do boyfriend and girlfriend. Then
and I
again,
think
concerned that this is
Well,
Vince, I'm not entirely convinced that that isn't supposed to be the intention.
he just went full Kentucky on us.
don't you mean full Nebraska?
I just hate this angle with a fiery passion, a straight fiery passion, if you will.
Don't you feel proud? Um, I will say they don't make Seth look intelligent. Um,
They made him look like a complete idiot.
Yeah, and I
I mean,
agree with that.
last week
Like
he was looking like a heel. This week he looks like an idiot.
that, I wouldn't have done, but we knew
I wouldn't have.
as soon as it became public and the tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet, we knew it was coming. At least they're making Becky look like the savior
I
of.
guess, but
When has Rollins come out and saved Becky? Never. When has Becky come out and saved Rollins? A few times.
yeah. Um, But
It's dumb. It really is.
it's dumb. But if we're going to do it, at least we're doing it in a fashion that the two people involved are comfortable with doing.
I'd say half of that.
Yeah, I agree with
I
Matt
mean,
on that.
I'm going to say what I said last night. I'm not entirely convinced. I think Seth is just doing damage control because the storyline, rightfully so, is getting a lot of negative feedback. WWE Creative, in general, is getting negative feedback. I'm not saying that Seth is lying per se, but at the same time, it does feel like damage control. Like, oh no, we have input. Oh, we're not being forced to do this. We have some input in there too. We don't have to do it entirely verbatim. Like I don't know. It just feels more like damage control more than anything else. I don't know.
It
Maybe it's
it
just me.
it really does feel like Seth and Becky got into a relationship. It became storyline, and both of them were like, we didn't want it to be storyline, and it's become
And if you don't want
the
the
biggest
storyline,
storyline.
stay your fucking ground.
No,
Well, they
here's the
tried
thing.
that at Stomping Grounds. That when you stand your ground, like sometimes your grounds have to be stomped.
Sir, that was too wordy. You know it. Take it back
I,
to the drawing board and try again later.
it's just too much. They don't do this with it. Oh,
They,
you can acknowledge like, okay, they're dating. We have the Universal Champion and the Raw Women's Champion. They're dating. You don't have to take it to A storyline, B the extreme that they've made sure to like just pound us in the head of like, oh, you didn't know Seth and Becky are dating. Seth and Becky are dating. Like there's a point where enough's enough.
and we're in for this for a while. The unfortunate thing is, I don't know how they ended on screen because they'll eventually have to move away from them, and that's going to be weird because I know because this is a real thing they've not brought in to kayfabe. What
The
happened with
best
real
thing they
life?
could have ever done was not acknowledge it on
Yep.
social media or TV. That's the best thing they could have ever done. We could all know, but don't acknowledge it and don't make it storyline. That's the best they could have done.
Yeah, and like I said last night, don't make it storyline. Like maybe have like a couple of like little hints, kind of subtle, like, but don't make it so concrete. Don't make it so explicit. Don't make it like you've been doing.
People have also compared this to previous pairings in the past, and I just want to point out that that's totally inaccurate in its own right. These two are legitimately dating. Um, Rock and Trish, that was a totally kayfabe thing. And it was also a bit of a rib because, in case y'all don't know, Rock and Trish were hooking up on the road.
What about Edge and Lita?
Edge and Lita, that also was a bit. We know how that started. And they did bring that into kayfabe with Matt coming back and all that, and then they kind of ran with it on television until that relationship pretty much ended. Y'all remember
Uh,
Cena and Mickey James?
a quick timeout of that lets you know. Going back to the Matt Hardy, Lita, Edge stuff. Um, Matt Hardy has to just, if nothing else, for that storyline. That Matt Hardy's okay. I'll work with this. Like I don't like it. I'm pissed. Like outside of kayfabe. But I'll work with it. Like that. That's
Yeah, he's a better man than me.
yeah. Because I would not. No way in hell would I have
Gone
done.
along.
Yeah. No.
Done.
I would have like straight middle finger. I might not ever wrestle again, but no, I'm not gonna play along with this. And Matt did. And 20 years later, Matt's still doing Matt things.
So it helped that when they did Cena Mickey James, that was also a bit of a rip because Cena and Mickey were on the road together in ways.
Yes.
Yeah. So
That way. Just say that way, and we know what
and
you're
that
talking about.
um,
Which
so,
can we just go ahead and say that out of the ones we know John's been with, as far as like Mickey James was his catch.
huh. Yeah, let's also not forget John was married at the time too.
I know.
Um,
That they were supposed to write him off TV, and he came right back after the divorce. During the divorce,
yeah, that was definitely a thing that happened. So
but man,
there's
I'm just saying, as a married man, if I was on the road with Mickey James, Candace, who like that, I'll
Sir,
just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. I know she just had heart surgery, and she's going. Candace, who?
you're gonna get stabbed. You know this, right?
I'm sure my days are numbered.
Uh-huh. So, Matt, after this opening segment, what occurred next?
We're just
Hell
on
fun.
the fucking opening segment. God.
Yeah. Or, Matt, if you just want to hit the high points overall, please do.
Because surely they're few and far
The
between.
Undertaker returned.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that duo is going to be Undertaker Roman versus Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon. The fact that I am more excited about a 2019 Undertaker match than I am a Becky Lynch match really does speak volumes about creative at the moment.
Or your fandom, one or the other.
Well, I still love Becky Lynch. Don't get me wrong. I'll never stop loving her, but they're not exactly doing her character any favors at the moment.
I'm not.
Now, always.
No. I knew those coming. I knew.
And
No. They're animals. I'm running away right now.
Back on task. Back on task.
oh, look at, speaking of, and she used the word, so we definitely have established who the Taskmaster is in this podcast. Nobody got the
That was
reference.
wrong.
Nobody.
Nope.
I did.
The Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan. Nobody got that reference.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, I wasn't paying attention. Here's the thing with Taker's return. People are like, why is he back? It's one of the easiest, simplest stories they've actually thrown out there in a little while. Shane called it his yard. Taker took exception to that because Roman earned the right to call it his yard. So Taker's coming back to even the odds and teach Shane a lesson. That's why Taker's back. I'm not excited that he's back because he needs to stop.
I'm getting fucking confused of whose yard is it. Like
It's Roman's yard.
uh, tell that to Taker.
I would, but I'm still scared of him.
Sir, you're. Oh, I cannot say that on a podcast. I can not on this podcast.
Be nice. The Mox Taker return, yay, nay, don't care.
Well, I would have liked to. Again, I couldn't watch Monday. We were still in hospital room, but I read the. I would have liked to have seen like what actually happened, and because some, big Taker mark here. Excuse me. I would have loved to seen like the scene of how that transpired. Adam, are you eating on the podcast?
No,
You better not be taking a shit. We did that before the
no.
podcast. I would have liked to have seen the actual segment. And it kind of makes sense. I don't, and I like where we're going back to Roman Reigns. It's my yard now after beating Taker. I can't hate it. The only thing I can hate about it is um, it's against Shane and Drew McIntyre.
Done with Shane. I mean, I between the two, I'd rather have Taker than Shane McMahon. Because I'm also so done with that.
And we're not even, it's not even in Saudi Arabia, so what's going on?
So,
I don't mind it. I'll watch it. Like but it just doesn't, it's not connecting with me.
Roman's going to have to do a ton of bumping to get that match over because holy shit. Taker's going to be in the match, 10 minutes less? And they want to take crop bets on that?
Yeah, Taker's going to be the hot tag, and I just, and then there's speculation of this is leading to Taker Roman 2 at SummerSlam.
No, please God, no. So
I told you guys what I did. Um, I know the audience, our friends listening, don't quite know everything going on, but I told you guys, you three, what I did with when Candice came out of surgery. I straight put Undertaker's theme as the first.
I
I
bet
know
she really appreciated that.
I'm a horrible person. I know.
Yeah. Yep.
She.
Matt, any other highlights from Raw you want to touch on?
Besides it being iconic.
Matt.
Wait, did somebody say iconic?
Anything else from Raw you wanted to touch on?
Ricochet versus Styles. Felt like they were holding back. Styles won, which I know that they're trying to build towards a feud between them. But just 24 hours after Ricochet won a title, I don't know if that's such a good idea. But
I agree
I would
with
have
that.
hugely interested.
Hey, oh, shit. Too many buttons. I'll be right back.
Okay. I agree with that in principle. Uh, because you needed to build a little bit more for Ricochet, and AJ could have absolutely have taken the pin there and not hurt him. But I feel like they're trying to build to something with the club.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but
You give yourself a migraine trying to figure it out.
exactly. But I think you're right too, Matt. They held back a little, but because I think they want to do more.
Yeah.
Which I'm all for.
What the what's for?
All for. I'm here for them holding back in this first match because look, I'm getting Ricochet versus AJ Styles. That should last us the SummerSlam as far as I'm concerned. What do I want to put here? Was it on Raw where Joe did his thing, or was that on SmackDown?
It was on Raw.
That was on Raw. So Samoa Joe made his intentions known, and I think we're going to get ourselves a Kofi Kingston Samoa Joe World Title program, which
Yeah, they announced it for Extreme Rules.
I'm here for it.
Which, if that's all it takes to get a world title shot, why don't more people do it?
Well, we see it happen all the time, though. I miss the part where this is an uncommon occurrence.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good match, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like Joe loses a bit too much in order to really be a threat for the title.
Yeah, but Joe, I think, is already made to the point where people know Joe and they know who's going to bring it. So, and this is fine for a summer feud heading into SummerSlam. And I think they should carry it to SummerSlam. I know it feels a little out of sorts, just that Joe attacks him and now he's got a world title match. But that's no worse than some of the other things they brought us. They also, I think, they ran more Alexa and Nikki. Which, yay. More, like I said, this hasn't gotten too bad. I'm still enjoying it. They really made Nikki Cross out to be a star on Raw. This Raw specifically. She got a great pop. Some were complaining about the length of the matches. Like, what was that first? That first match didn't last 3 minutes? Matt?
Yeah, it wasn't a long match.
But I think they were using that to set up the tag match.
Which itself wasn't a very long match.
But I think you can kind of forgive it. Kind of.
I can't.
Well, what do you want? A longer? I mean,
Then again, considering who was involved, probably not.
they carried that on to SmackDown, which we'll quickly hit.
We're getting another Alexa Bailey match. Oh, because we needed that. That's just what the doctor ordered.
It feels weird because it seems like they're ready to move on to new thing with the men's, but they want to kind of hold pat with the women here. And I'm like, if we're going to move forward, let's move forward with everybody. There's no reason to not move on from Alexa. Bailey definitively won at Stomping Ground. She ended it.
Yeah.
Why are we going back to that well when we have other people? Why have Bailey cut that backstage promo asking for other people to only give us Alexa again? Why are we putting up on YouTube the whole kendo stick on the pole match?
Because Alexa has to be in the title scene at all times.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen enough evidence of that to know that's the case. But it just feels odd in relation to what they're doing with the guys, basically. We're getting some people cycled through going into SummerSlam. We could cycle someone through right here. I don't care who it is. If we're going to keep running with Nikki Alexa, let's run with that as its own thing now. We don't have to have Bailey involved. I don't know why Bailey's a catalyst for Nikki Alexa.
I mean, they can just take Alexa off TV so we don't have to deal with her anymore.
That's not happening.
But it should, because she needs a break.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think if you're going to keep working with Alexa, she needs to have someone who's going to take things off of her plate, which is what Nikki's doing. But if you're continuing to put her back in singles matches, you're defeating your own purpose of having Nikki there to begin with. If Nikki is there to help extend Alexa's bump card a bit, let's do that. Let's put them in a tag team and let's run with it. If you're not going to do that, then let's get to the point of Alexa, of who's playing who, if that's what they're wanting to do. But Alexa, we saw from her 365 that she's had a hell of a last year, medically.
Yeah.
That takes a toll, a real toll. And she's, what, 27, 28? We don't need to run her into the ground, especially with the concussions. So, after Extreme Rules, let's be done. We'll see where it goes, but right now, this feels weird. Is there anything else from Raw, man, that either you want to talk about or that we think we need to talk about?
I mean, I think we pretty much talked about all of the high points of that.
All right. Let's go ahead. Is Mox back? Nope.
Nope.
Let's go ahead and move on to SmackDown because I know he doesn't want to talk Raw all that much anyway. Allie, did you see any of SmackDown?
Nope.
Okay. Matt, any of SmackDown?
Yeah, I saw all of SmackDown. I can't remember most of it, though.
It wasn't as... Between the two shows, Raw was better this week.
That's a tough one. That's a really tough one.
I think it was the weaker of the two, at the very least.
Yeah, I could see that. Just the 2 out of 3 falls match, it really did just kind of overstay its welcome, I think.
Yeah, but the good thing there is that 2 out of 3 falls match eliminated Dolph from competing for the world title.
True.
So good things, only good things. Because I don't need Dolph on my TV ever again. Ever again.
But what about Kearney and Jimbo?
They're fine. We had more developments with Nikki and Alexa here. Again, Nikki is over. They've got Nikki crossover. Say what you will about the whole thing. Nikki is getting a reaction, and it is a positive one. She won her match, and it was one of the highlights of the show because she kind of flipped out. She grabbed Corey Graves' phone and tried to call Alexa. She's backstage trying to call Alexa to let her know she won.
Be careful, Nikki might see some of those Corey Graves texts.
Sir. If anything, she might see more of Carmella than she wants to see. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. They just went public tonight, by the way. They're officially a public couple. So WWE, let's not acknowledge it. Let the 2 consenting adults date. Leave them alone, WWE. And the other real big highlight coming out of this show is the stuff with the 24/7 title. Drake being like just so beaten down that he lost the belt at his wedding. Truth saying, what was Truth's line? Shit. In the backstage segment, he said, I should really have this stuff pulled up before I start opening my mouth. I am never prepared. I am a horrible person.
You are not. No matter what Roxy says.
Son of a bitch. Well, I knew that. I knew what he was saying anyway. He's basically said something along the lines of, you loved the 24/7 title more than you loved your wife, and then he ran off, and Drake went to go after him, but the conga line of people chasing Truth, Shelton Benjamin caught him with looked like a hard elbow and knocked Drake to the ground. This stuff with the 24/7 has been entertaining. Truth's what, a 9-time 24/7 champ already? It's fantastic. And I think we had more Shane McMahon. I don't care. Matt, is there really anything that happened on SmackDown outside of Truth and the 24/7 title and the Alexa Nikki continuation? Because I'm sitting here trying to rack my brain thinking anything. Dolph, like I said, Dolph got eliminated out of the world title picture. There's more shenanigans with the Firefly Funhouse. The animals have escaped. The little puppets are popping up everywhere, which is hysterical. God. I'm out. I have nothing. we're just a few weeks out from Extreme Rules because this calendar is jam packed with events. So we'll see how things start to shape up over the course of time. And I know we kind of ran through SmackDown there, but that was WWE Week in Television. Allie, have you heard from Mox?
Nope, I haven't.
Because I don't want to just go jump off the air without him. Live radio, everybody. Matt, is there anything from SmackDown you can think of that we need to talk about?
None that I can think of. The Iconics nor Becky were on SmackDown, so it was just kind of boring.
Yeah, it was a real, like I said, SmackDown was much weaker than Raw this week. So the ratings were up, though. I think that's a good positive sign. Ratings did jump up a little bit, not by much, for both Raw and SmackDown. Baby steps, so maybe they can get some momentum here and get the ball rolling in terms of viewership. That's it for WWE television. Is there any other topics from the world of wrestling anybody wants to briefly touch on?
I think we covered it all.
Yeah, I think we have covered everything that we could possibly cover.
I will briefly mention here that today, Ricky Choshu, former IWGP Heavyweight Champion, announced his official retirement from professional wrestling. It ends a long and storied career that, my God, we'd be here another hour trying to properly pay tribute to. But Ricky Choshu is one of the greats out of Japan. So congratulations to him on his retirement. Yeah, guys, I think we've managed to come to the end here without much else left to talk about. Allie, do you want to just go home?
Yeah, I can take us home.
All right, I'll send a message to Mox.
Now I'm going home to the place where I belong.
Oh, sweet Mary, Mother of God.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama,
Oh, God.
take me home, country roads. Okay, so
E.T. phone home.
okay, where can they get a hold of you, Adam?
You guys can get a hold of me at PWFan01 on Twitter and at Cage Seats in the daily and in the nightly. SB Nation's professional wrestling blog. And that's it.
And what about you, Metal Matt?
You can find me on Twitter at NoMap15 and on KSC, saying on the daily and the nightly, and hopefully sometime next week I will be able to do Ruthless and Christian Air podcast with Angel, where we talk about WWE 2004 and SmackDown vs. Raw, the very first game in the series. So be sure to check that out. Maybe sometime next week. I hope so.
I gotta say something. Metal Matt should be an auctioneer.
And where can
we
they
got the
find
GameCube, from Nintendo, the Nintendo GameCube. Going once, going twice. Yeah, going. I got 100, got 100, got 200. Go. $500, $1,000. Going once, going twice. Sold to Adam Rice.
That's not him being an auctioneer. That's just him on crank. Where can they find you, Allie?
Well, you can get me on the bird thing at Lady Rashana. Or you can find me on Twitch at Violent Wrestling Podcast, no G.
And you can find our other host, Prince Moxley Lopez, at Fireman6809 on Twitter and as well at Cage Seeds in the daily and sometimes in the nightly. He is a little hit or miss due to personal things going on with his family right now, but he's typically in there if you guys wish to speak with him. As always, we thank you guys for listening. When we hope to be back next week. With that said, Miss Allie, please take us home.
Good night, everybody. Oops, there's my pointer.